Hey everyone, I wanted to jump on here really quick and offer some thoughts I had recently on the passage from the book of the Apocalypse, lines 15 and 16, where it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither hot nor cold. I would that thou wert cold or hot, but because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will begin to vomit thee out of my mouth. And something that I've been thinking about for a while is how, as I progress on my own spiritual journey, I start to question what the definition of hot is and where the line is between lukewarm and hot. When you think about it, God is the God of the limit, of the ultimate. Everything that finds its definition in God is the most of a thing that it could possibly be. It is the infinite version of that thing. So his beauty, his goodness, his love, God is the highest extent to which it's possible to be these things, to the point that he is those things themselves. And so then when I think of what does it mean to be hot, well, if we think about what is the furthest extent you could be hot, that would be Christ completely crucified, or Our Lady giving her full assent of her will to God every moment of her life, her every waking moment. That would be, I guess, the standard for hot. And as I've journeyed on my own spiritual journey, going from a place where I thought, oh, well, hot is that you assent to the teachings of the church and that you aren't sinning mortally, to now having that understanding shift a bit to, now I would say more so lukewarmness would be, even if you fully assent to the teachings of the church, and even if you are staying clear of mortal sin, if God is prompting you to greater self-sacrifice than you are currently offering him, and you are refusing that prompting because you think it's too hard or it's too much to ask and you just don't want to, then that is its own kind of lukewarmness. And so I want to ask everyone, including myself, have you sacrificed everything you have to give to God? And are you completely crucified yet? Because I know I'm not, and I know until one is completely crucified, they still have more to give. And so we need to be aware of whether or not we're saying no to that further self-sacrifice that God calls us to more and more every single day. And so maybe shockingly, someone could be praying the rosary every day and going to daily mass and still be in a state of lukewarmness because they are not willing to give that last bit of themselves up and they're clinging to themselves. And so lukewarmness versus being hot is not necessarily something we can judge from objective outward actions. It's a disposition of the heart. And if we are truly hot, we will hold nothing back from God. And even the most difficult things he asks of us to give, we will willingly lay down and have that level of faith to know that even when something seems impossible and like you couldn't complete that level of sacrifice, that all God is looking for is your yes and the best that you can do, and he will complete it. And so I would just hope that we don't become intimidated and look at what God calls us to and the saints of the church and say, I could never be that, because all God wants is our yes for us to become hot. Thanks for joining me. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.